I think my favorite moment was kind of coming up the side of the mountain, because we were like, we've never seen the track before. We weren't really sure what to expect. We're like, holy crap, this is like kind of way up here. And then like literally like cresting over the little hill and just seeing the entirety of the track there and cars running on it and like just hearing the sounds of everything. Everything just echoed off of everything. And it was so loud. But yeah, just kind of like coming over that crest of the hill and just seeing everything for the first time. It was like, damn, we're really here. This is really a real thing.
So I'm Dakota Stone. I'm the creative marketing lead here at Fitment Industries, and my role on this trip was to make some dank, dope videos. You know what I'm saying? I had to make TikToks and YouTube videos like this. Basically, we went out there to learn more about Michelin and just get a bunch of content out there.
I'm Giles from Fitment Industries. I'm the marketing operations leader at Fitment Industries, as well as a wheel designer for Inovia Wheels.
So day one was we left Appleton, flew to Chicago. We barely made it. Like, we were flying by the seat of our pants. It was so close. Like, I'm waiting for Giles. He had to check his luggage when he was on the plane, so they took it. Me and Max are like, bro, we have like 2 minutes to get to our terminal, and it's a 20-minute walk, is what they told us. So Gels got his bag, we see him, me and Max start running. We're hauling ass through the airport. I look back, Gels is gone. Didn't care, kept running.
Dakota and Max kind of took off. I was kind of left behind because I had like a little rolly bag that I didn't check, even though I should have. So that was kind of flying all over the place as we were booking it through O'Hare. Barely made it just in time to board the plane. It was kind of, you know, decent trip the rest of the way to San Francisco.
I had to get to the terminal. I wasn't gonna miss California, and I wasn't gonna sit in the airport all damn day. I've done that before, and it's the worst thing possible because the food's really expensive and the Bloody Marys aren't any cheaper.
Got to San Francisco, we had to get our rental car, and then drove 2 hours, which in California time is 3 hours due to traffic down in Monterey. Got to our hotel, and that was absolutely gorgeous. First time being in California, left a pretty good impression. Pretty nice area up there, absolutely beautiful. Our hotel was like a couple blocks from this gorgeous beach down there, an awesome view, so we walked down there right away. But right about that time, we were about ready to grab some food and kind of head to bed because we had a really busy day, or busy couple days ahead of us.
Day two, this was practice day. So there was practice day, qualifying day, and race day. And day two was practice day. So this was us getting to the track and kind of learning where everything was. So we had to run around and try and find the media building and look for that. Once we found that, we kind of got our credentials and things we needed to access the track.
After around lunchtime, we got to talk with some drivers that Michelin set some time up for us. So we got to talk with some really, really big name people. We got to talk to Wayne Taylor Racing, so we talked to Ricky Taylor and Felipe Albuquerque. We talked to Pipo Durrani, Jack Hawksworth, a couple other drivers and stuff like that, a couple other team managers and things, which was absolutely incredible.
But after our interviews, it was more exploring because there's so much. Laguna Seca is so big. When you're doing the track itself, it takes like 1.5 minutes or a little under. But when you're walking it, it takes a lot longer because this track is in the damn mountain, like in the mountain. So like if you're going anywhere, you got to climb up mountains and go around, but it was super fun to walk around and explore. And then after that, I think we went and got some good grub, called her a night.
We got really sunburnt, got some really good content, and then head back to the hotel, grab some food, and then explored the rest of the area in Monterey. So Max was kind of like our tour guide throughout the whole thing. We went to a place like 17-mile drive that night, which even though it was a little late, so we kind of had to rush in and rush out because we got there and they're like, that'll be $11. By the way, you have 20 minutes, so be back. And Max was like, it's a 15-minute drive to where we want to go. So we were kind of moving through that area a little bit.
Day 3, this was qualifying day, and then they had the race at the end of the day. So this day was a little bit different. We had a tech immersion with Michelin where we went to a different hotel that was like 5 minutes from ours. Sat down and we got to ask questions and hear other people's questions that they had about Michelin. They were so cool and willing to hear any question we had, and they answered it. We were actually talking to Michelin engineers.
They're doing a ton of stuff with EV vehicles coming up in the near future. There's a lot of different variables that come into play when you're talking about electric vehicles versus like your normal internal combustion cars. You got to deal with things like road noise because there's not like an engine to block out a lot of the tire noise. You got to worry about things like range, how different like tread patterns and rolling resistant things affect like the range on electric vehicles. And some people are like, well, I don't care about range, I just worry about them wearing out faster, or like I do care about range, but I'll replace them as often as I have to. So they're coming out with a bunch of unique and different technologies to put into their tires moving forward. We got to learn all about that.
So that was super neat, but not only after that, we got to go to the aquarium, and Monterey Aquarium is next level aquarium. Those are the best fish. Those fish are living their best life.
We literally landed there, we're like, dude, we gotta go. We have to go. And like, we're like, oh, well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to fit into the schedule. And just so happens that they fitted in the schedule for us. So that was super cool.
After the aquarium tour though, we headed on over to the track, and like I said, they were doing qualifying. So like we went to the paddock club, which was insane. We had access to that. They had free beer, free food, everything like that. And we watched the Lamborghini qualifying race there, which was awesome to see in person. You're like right on the track. Then we watched the race that they had going on too, and to see the like new Supra racing out there, I was giddy. I got so many damn photos of the Supras out there because I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And then also they had the new BMWs, which were low-key super hot. But watching those races pretty much summed up that day, and then we headed back to the hotel.
Saturday night, we packed it up, went and grabbed some really good food. We had so many cool places around Monterey, absolutely fantastic. And then Saturday, I believe, was the day that we wanted to go out kind of down towards Big Sur, check out the Pacific Highway down there. So Highway 1, went and saw the Bixby Bridge, some really incredible like overlook sites down there. That was breathtaking. I've never been to such an incredible place like that.
All right, so day 4 was race day. It was just races all day long, and that was super sick. But the best part of it was Michelin was like, yo, we're gonna hook you up with Paul.
So Paul actually raced on that track quite a bit. And the best part, he had a freaking little golf cart to carry us around, because by that day we were all just so freaking tired and burnt, and our legs were hurting, our feet were hurting, Max's feet were bleeding. We had to go get Band-Aids at Walgreens to patch up his feet. So yeah, we had a little golf cart to take us around, which was super nice. So thank you, Paul. We really appreciated that.
Paul gave us so much insight and so much knowledge about the track. So that was super cool, and probably my favorite day at Laguna Seca, because he knew all the spots. He's like, yo, if you go stand here, you're gonna get the dopest picture you want. If you stand over here, it's great for B-roll and video. And then he was giving us little tidbits, and we were doing the grid walk and meeting the drivers, and like it was just so surreal and awesome. So race day was probably my favorite day.
So the walking was something that I knew we were gonna be walking a lot, but I wasn't prepared for the elevation. Like, I played the track on like games and like seen it in like, you know, games and stuff like that. It does absolutely zero justice to how steep that place is in some areas. Like walking up to the corkscrew, it's like a 30-degree incline like the whole way. You're going up, you're going down. The elevation in that, like you're in a mountain. You're literally inside of a friggin' mountain. You're looking around you, there's other like hills and mountains around you. And I was not prepared for that. And my little Vans shoes here were not the shoe of choice for something like that. So yes, by Sunday, it hurt to move. Like, we get out of bed and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe we have to go walk around this track another day. But bringing different shoes next time, 100%.
So all in all, it was one of the best experiences of my life. And I'm not saying like business life or the best work trip or any of that. It was like one of the best trips of my life. So shout out to Michelin for hooking us up and giving us a ton of knowledge, believing us to get dope content and shoot it. And just having fantastic tires, seriously. I run them on my Super right here. I have Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. So getting to do that trip was amazing. Shout out to them, they're the GOATs. And seeing all the drivers and taking time for us, you know, we got to interview them. That was huge, because like you have like these news broadcasters and stuff interviewing, and then here's little Gels and I interviewing these big names in the racing community. And I just learned so much. So I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity, and I can't wait for us to do more of this.
So by far, Michelin has like the largest tire presence I think I've ever seen in any sort of like racing event that I've ever been to. Like, we roll up, there's Michelin banners all along the freaking track. There's arches that say Michelin that they, you know, drive underneath. And then there's like 40 trucks that are all Michelin semis, and they unload, and there's thousands of tires. They have a tire changing station, they have like a mounting station, balancing station, it's like this whole assembly line that they set up out of the side of these semi trucks, and there's just thousands of tires being cycled through like every day. They're pushing racks around the place. They hook them up to little like golf carts, and they're towing them to the pits to where they need to be, unmounting, mounting new tires, or throwing tires around like crazy. I've never seen that many tires in one place, and I've been to our warehouse and we have a ton of tires, but like just seeing all Michelin branded like race slicks was just incredible to see.
I had so many favorite moments. It's really hard to say. I mean, having full access to Laguna Seca and seeing all that and talking to the drivers and seeing the cars and going up to the corkscrew was absolutely insane. To see that drop in person, no matter how dope the shots Max got, the video and the photos just didn't do it justice to show that elevation change and everything like that. So that was super cool. But I mean, just the amount I learned, I think, was my favorite part, and getting time to spend with the guys. I mean, even after the races, we went out and did some really cool things, sightseeing and whatnot. So just the whole experience.
So huge shout out for Michelin sending us out there to experience this event, and you know, being able to learn more about them as a company and their involvement in motorsports and these like massive events that they are a part of, like IMSA and all this stuff. Like I said, was super eye-opening. I'm beyond grateful for the opportunity to go out there. Like I said, I've never been to California before, and to be able to go to a part of California that is absolutely beautiful, such as Monterey and the surrounding areas like Big Sur and stuff like that. Being able to go to Laguna Seca, a very, very popular racetrack, being able to go out there with, you know, friends like Max and Dakota and experience that stuff for the first time, and you know, just being able to go out there and make content like we do, and being given the access to go down like onto the, you know, near the track and get the shots that we were able to get. I mean, it was a once in a lifetime trip, and I'll never forget it.